Say, man, it's the Hood CNN with your favorite hood reporter, the Prime Minister of Hood Education, Dr. Monroe, because I got a PhD in common sense and I'm a 5-star general. Y'all hold on a second. Hold on. I'm adding people, so just bear with me. Okay. I want to say top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, man. Um, the 5-star general is back in the building. I want to hold on, let me put this lady's name in here. Okay. I want to say top of the morning to you, and let you know that I'm constantly working. I noticed that the NFAC has decided to come to Lafayette, Louisiana on October 3rd. Their decision, I'll deal with it. I didn't come here for that today. I came here today because something that's near and dear to my heart. Before I could do anything, I was a parent. I was a parent in a school district that didn't give a damn about children, the Houston Independent School District. And I started working for the kids in the school district. And it became my passion. And throughout the country, I go to different school systems and try to help these school systems clearly understand that I know you're in it for the money, but you're gonna work for these kids. That's not an option. Um, in St. Landry Parish, Opelousas, Louisiana, we have a problem. We have a school board president, if that's his position, Patrick Jenkins. There are some people that are standing outside Mr. Jenkins, and it looks like that you are choosing to ignore them. They have some concerns about sending their children back into your school system, which you've made mandatory next week. Now, we know that the only thing you want to send them back into the school for is for the school district to make money. I get it, Mr. Jenkins. Trust me, I do. Because I'm the guy that threw the money at the school board in Houston, Texas. Because the only thing y'all understand is money. Now, Mr. Jenkins, you have some good Martin Luther King type people standing outside of your facility trying to have a conversation with an elected official who is you that was voted into office by the same people that's standing outside. Mr. Jenkins, they are the Martin Luther King type. I am not. I am the Malcolm type by any means necessary. So it would behoove me to sit here and think that you would ignore them, that you are that high powered to where you would ignore these parents, their concerns, and their children. Mr. Jenkins, I recommend that you come out of the building and talk to these parents. If not, allow them to come in and talk to you. Because by the time I finish dragging you, by the time I finish digging off into your business with your RFP process, with your contracts that you played around with, that you have made money off of, you will not have a political career. Now, what you can do is you can think I'm playing. Two options. You can think I'm playing, or you can make a call down to the Houston Independent School District and ask to speak to Superintendent Dr. Gernita Lathan and ask if I will not turn your fucking school system upside down. Mr. Jenkins, you will have permanent residence in front of your school system as well as in front of your house, your local church, your goddamn toilet, whatever it may take for you to understand that our children are not political pawns. Mr. Jenkins, it is highly recommended that you take me very, very seriously. The days of you Negroes, you professional Negroes with your suit and your ties, walking around amongst us, acting like you are us, acting like you give a damn about us, those days are over, Mr. Jenkins. And if you think I go hard on white politicians, I will smash on a black one. Mr. Jenkins, it is highly recommended that you engage those parents. And if you don't, then that's your business. Let the chips fall where they may. For those that think I joke when it comes to education, you better clearly understand something. All this other stuff, some days I got to get my feet up under me. Some days I got to figure it out. Education, I know like the back of my hand. Mr. Jenkins, it ain't the fight you want, brother. Respect your stakeholders. Respect their opinions. Respect their ideologies. But more importantly, respect our children. See, it takes a village. That's what y'all always saying when y'all trying to keep us calm. So I just happen to be the villager from out of state. But I'll stand up for my little villagers in a heartbeat. Whether they're black, they're white. Let me tell y'all something. Republican, Democrat, we don't know what's going on with this virus. We don't want to take the chance on it. And if a parent wants to educate their child at home with virtual learning, then let that be the option. Let that be don't ask me what I mean. Let that be the option. One thing I don't do is sit behind keyboards and give opinions. I get my fucking boots dirty. I get my boots dirty for these children. See, because you promised us a quality education. Brown versus the Board of Education. But I even knew Brown versus the Board of Education. The aftermath of it was only a joke. See, Thurgood Marshall researched a brief that was Ecuador County versus Mendez. This is how he came up with the ideologies of Brown versus the Board of Education, because Ecuador County was discriminating against Mexican children, Mr. Jenkins. So once he got past Brown versus the Board of Education, the great Thurgood Marshall, these people created two entities that still allow our children to go to school under Jim Crow laws in 2020. And that is magnet schools and school choice. Sound familiar to you, Mr. Jenkins? That's what you make us believe is best for our children. No, it wasn't. They created it to circumvent Brown versus the Board of Education. Mr. Jenkins, education is my forte. So when they circumvented it, that means in certain states, they would not allow white children to go to school with black kids for almost 5 years. Then when they created their magnet schools and school choice, that allowed them to put their children in certain schools where they had the best teachers, the best everything. Sound familiar in 2020, Mr. Jenkins? And now you professional Negroes put on your suit and ties or your bow ties. You look real good with it on. And you go in there and you follow the Jim Crow system. Whenever you want to have a conversation with me, Mr. Jenkins, about education, I'd love to have it, because I'm the parent that ran for the school board. And I'm the one that everybody wish sits on the school board. But see, my people didn't come out to vote for me. But now we waking up. And we're going to make sure that if you don't make the right decisions in the next couple of days and don't bother these children or these parents, that you will never hold another political office in the United States of America. Why are you playing with education in Opelousas, Louisiana? I used to go to Opelousas every single summer when I was a child. My mom would send me to meet my uncles and my aunts and my cousins. It was one of the most peaceful places you could ever go. And all we did was go to the park and swim and hang out in the projects and have fun. Have you hung out in the projects lately in Opelousas, Louisiana, Mr. Jenkins? Matter of fact, have you even walked the streets of Opelousas, Louisiana in the last 2, 3 weeks, Mr. Jenkins? It's a very dangerous situation. And the most dangerous person that you'll ever run into is a kid that's armed with a diploma but a subpar education. Because they still have to eat. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to come out that building and talk to them parents. If you don't want to come out the building, you need to allow them to come into the building and talk to you. And you need to figure out your problem. Because if you don't figure out your problem, then I'm going to take they fight on. And you and your school system fighting me, that's a walk in the park, dude. Let me tell you how I'm going to get you. See, I don't want it to be foreign. Title I. You know what that is, Mr. Jenkins? Title I funding. And guess what? Oh, he's not from here. Title I funding is federal money. Those guidelines cross state lines, and everybody has to adhere to them. Do you realistically want me to dig into your Title I funding? I'm going to tell you why you don't. Because before I open my mouth, I already know the answers to the questions. So do you want me to dig off into your Title I funding and make your business public? Is that what you want me to do? It's easier to fix your problem before you escalate your problem. And once I start, I like to watch the WWE, but back in the day, it was called the WWF, Mr. Jenkins. Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin? Remember 316? 316 says that I will put my foot in the ass of any school system in the country when it comes to our children. Have a good day, Patrick Jenkins. Solve your problem, brother, or I will destroy your political career on behalf of every single child that you put in danger. This ain't business. It's personal, dude. I'll holler at you.